Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to your daily edition of the Cricket Happening Show today with your host Ram. And as far as today's Cricket Happening Show is concerned, what I'm going to really look at today. We're going to look at two matches. One is the second One Day International that happened between Scotland and Hong Kong, and Scotland recovered very well to actually defeat Hong Kong in the second ODI. We'll be talking about that, and then I will also have a look at the unofficial Test match, the first unofficial Test between Australia A and India A, which is being played in Australia. And I have to say that right now the match is in balance. Australia require 100 runs, India A requires 6 wickets, and also I'll also throw a sort of a look on the Dilshan international career statistics. So let's start off first by going to the second ODI, Scotland versus Hong Kong, which was played at Edinburgh today. And Scotland were the ones who actually batted first, and they got a good start. I mean, they got a decent start. Quads are contributing 48 of 42 deliveries, 8 fours and 2 sixes. Matthew Cross was out for 13 with 1 boundary, and then we saw a brief spell where Scotland actually were put under the pump by the Hong Kong bowlers, as they were reduced to 144 for 5 at one stage, and this was in the 33rd over. They lost Leask for 12 with 1 boundary. Barrington was out for 10. Long was run out for 11, and then the man who was there in the middle was Calum Mcleod. Now Calum Mcleod went on to make, I mean, that was a great recovery. I thought there was a record 6-wicket partnership that happened, which actually added 106 runs, and that's a record for Scotland. This was a partnership which happened between Calum Mcleod, who got his second ODI century, and he was along with Craig Wallace. And Craig Wallace was in some, he actually decided to attack. He had a runner ball 52 to his name of 3 fours and 2 sixes, and Calum Mcleod was really definitely doing a wonderful job for Scotland. I mean, from 144 for 5, they recovered to 266 for 7, thanks to this record 6-wicket partnership which happened between Calum Mcleod, 102 of 107 deliveries, 8 fours and 1 6, and Wallace making 52 of as many balls. In the end, 266 for 7 was the final tally for Scotland. And the bowling, Tanvir Afzal was impressive. It was 1 for 36, but Aizaz Khan was taken to the cleaners. 9 overs, 1 for 72. Nadeem Ahmed bowled a good line. 10 overs, 1 for 37. 2 for 50 for Tanvir Ahmed, and 1 for 53 for Hassan Khan. Now, Hong Kong were given a target of 267 to chase from the 50 overs, and they actually could muster only 213. They were bowled out for 213. The contributions coming in on the top order, really, I would say the highest scorer was Babar Hayat. His career best score there of 56 of 67 deliveries, 8 fours and 1 6. Aizaz Khan making 25 of 40 with 4 fours. Carter making 15, and Nizakat Khan the other day, who played well, made 56 balls. But other than that, the middle and lower order could not really come to the party for Hong Kong. Anshuman Rath was out for 13, Ehsan Khan for 7, Shahid Wasif for 4, Waqas Khan for 8, Tanvir Afzal had a 20 to his name, but that was it. 213 all out. The Hong Kong actually losing this match by whatever the margin it was. It was actually, the margin of victory was 53 runs, and Scotland leading the 2-match ODI series now 1-0. The bowling, well, CB Soul was the hero, who bowled a very excellent line. 9 overs, no made in 28 runs and 4 wickets for him. Did a good job, I thought. CB Soul, 2 wickets for 44 for Evans, 1 for Watt, and Lang 2 for 38. So that is as far as the Scotland win over Hong Kong was concerned. Now, the next match that I'm going to look at is going to be the Australia A in the first unofficial Test match, which is being played between Australia and India A, being played at Allen Border Field in Brisbane. And the match, as I said, is very, very evenly poised right now, because Australia A were all out for two. As you know, in the first innings, India A actually were 230 all out. Australia A replying with 228, with Hanscom, the captain, actually making a very wonderful contribution of 87, 15 fours and 1 6, 228 all out. And then the India A batted, and they were bowled out for 156 on a rain hit day today, as other than nobody could really give any support. It was some good bowling from the Australia A pace bowlers. Varaluno, who has already picked up a ticket to play South Africa in the ODIs series. Warrell had 3 for 43, 3 wickets for 64 for Moody. Chad Sayers taking 3 for 21 was very impressive. And Swipson, the leg spinner, taking only 1 wicket. But as far as the Indian A batting was concerned, Herwatkar was out for 23 of 30 balls with 4 fours. Fazal making 6. Shreyas Iyer made 26 of 25 deliveries. Manish Pandey, the captain, failed for a change, 11 of 12 balls with 2 fours. Nair making 21, and suddenly the wickets started falling. Ojha and Pandey were dismissed for 0 and 7 respectively, and it took Jayant Yadav to come and give some impetus to the India A total with a hitting knock of 46 with 8 boundaries in that, and that was it. 156 all out India, and thus the Australia A were set a target of 159 runs to win the match, and they were put into some real trouble by the India A pacers, as first we saw Shardul Thakur, who came in and just toward the fag end of the day. In fact, he was the one who actually gave them the breakthrough. He gave them a double breakthrough by picking up first Joe Burns by getting him clean bowled, and Dean was on his way back for a first ball blob. After that, Hanscom came in and took the attack right down to the rivals' camp, as he clattered 24, but then Pandya picked up his wicket of 24 of 18 balls with 5 fours, and then Stoinis was on his way back to the pavilion after Varun Aron, the pace bowler, sending him LBW, and then while stumps were drawn for the day, the Australia A score stood at 59 for 4. They require another 100 runs to actually win the first unofficial. India A needs 6. As I said, the match is evenly poised. Cameron Bancroft was really pottering out there with an unbeaten 16 to his name with 2 boundaries, and Webster was not out on 6. So that was the match as far as the Australia A and India A were concerned, as far as the first unofficial test match is concerned, which was played here at the Allen Border Field in Brisbane. Now, as I said, today it gets me a chance to look at Tilkane Dilshan, who actually retired, looking at his career stats here, and what a player he has been for Sri Lanka. I mean, he has given yeoman service to Sri Lanka. He also holds a record for the highest score in T20 by Sri Lanka, which is 104 runs. Looking at his test statistics, he played 87 tests. He accumulated 5,492 runs, 193 being his highest, and he has definitely retired with a very, very healthy average of 40.98, and he had 16 hundreds and 23 50s besides his name, which was a great effort, I thought, in test matches. ODIs, which is definitely his cup of tea, 330 matches. He accumulated 10,290 runs. He had a highest score of 161, his average being 39.27, and as far as ODIs were concerned, he had 22. As I said, that was his cup of tea, because he was such a type of a dashing player. He likes to really hit the ball pretty early, and he had 22 hundreds and 47 50s in that format of the game. And T20s, as I said, he also got a century there, and he's the only Lankan. I mean, it is the highest score by Sri Lanka in T20, 104 not out. He had 80 matches in which he had 1,889 runs. His average was decent, 28.19, 104, and he had 1 century and 13 50s as far as T20. And as you know, he was someone who was a multifaceted all-rounder. And his bowling, well, in test matches, he had 87 test matches. He took 39 wickets. So if you look at his wickets, he was just a part-time off spinner, but his best bowling figures was 4 wickets for 10 runs. As far as ODIs were concerned, he got 106 wickets, with 4 for 4 being his best bowling performance. And T20s, he picked up 9 wickets. And as I said, he's a wonderful player who has actually retired. Was a very, very exciting player for Sri Lanka. And as I said, Sri Lanka is going to miss him, not only as far as batting is concerned, his bowling, his fielding, everything. They are going to miss him. But what a wonderful player to grace Sri Lanka for quite a long time. And definitely, he today might not be talked in the same breath as the stalwarts Mahela Jayawardene and Kumar Sangakkara, but Dilshan himself definitely carved a special place for himself in Sri Lankan cricket. Well, dear fan subscribers, that really puts a lid on this Cricket Happening show for today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and this is your host Ram saying good night. Thank you.